Russell Wilson would have, in my opinion, would have won the game. But kudos to Stafford. Stafford had some early woes early. He missed a couple throws. He had an awful interception that looked very reminiscent of his time here in Detroit. But he figured it out. He calmed himself down. He made some throws. He commanded. They used Henderson. They used Henderson in the running back. They used Henderson at running back. He ran well, gave them a lot of yards, showed them something for the future. And Stafford made the throws that he had to do. And he got the first downs that he had to get. He got the points that he had to get. Kudos to Matt Stafford. Primetime game. I know Russell went out, but so what? It's still the NFL. Kudos to Matt Stafford. 352, 1 touchdown, 1 interception.
Yeah, the Los Angeles Rams beat the Seattle Seahawks 26-17 on Thursday Night Football. Matt Stafford, 365 yards throwing. That's his third game over 300 yards passing in his first 5. Got picked off in the end zone by his former Lions teammate Quandre Diggs. That was fun.
Love that guy.
As well.
I always love that guy.
Seriously, wasn't he always a good one?
Oh,
yeah, like that, and that's what I'm talking about. One of the biggest knocks on Matt Stafford, and it's well deserved. In clutch moments, he makes terrible decisions, and clutch moments don't have to be in the fourth quarter. They don't have to be with 2 minutes left. Clutch moments. They were on the 10-yard line going in to take the lead. He throws an interception. Not only was it a bad interception, there was no Rams wide receiver in the vicinity. All I saw was 4 green Nike Rush jerseys of the Seattle Seahawks.
Who won?
You said what?
Who won?
Everybody that bet
Who won the game?
The Los Angeles Rams.
I rest my case.
What case did you make?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
We didn't even say anything negative about Matt Stafford.
Yeah, you did.
I was about to.
No, what I said was, typically when Matt Stafford makes those terrible decisions and clutch moments, just like that, but I gave him credit because I said in the second half, he calmed down. He started throwing the ball. He made the first downs that he had to get. He converted the third downs that he had to get. He made the throws that he had to get. I gave him that credit. So I don't know if you're still mad Matthew Stafford's not here and you're dealing with Jared Goff, but I need you to relax.
Who's on the board there on the Al-K line?
You said what?
Who's on the board there under Al-K line?
Doesn't matter. He doesn't play anymore.
Hey,
Who cares?
let me tell you something about Matt Stafford,
go ahead,
too.
tell me something.
Let me tell you something about
Did
Matt
the Patriots
Stafford.
boo Tom Brady? Same thing.
They
booed the hell out of Tom Brady.
And they loved him.
They loved him before the game started, but when he went out there to take the first snap, they booed the doggone
disgusting.
hell out of him. Same thing the Detroit Lions are going to do to Matt Stafford.
I'll tell you this right now, too, because with Matt Stafford and all this Rams love and all that stuff, I am firmly rooting against the Los Angeles Rams so much this year. Number one, first and foremost, as a Lions fan, I would like the Rams to have as many losses as possible, so that pick that we get for the Rams pick is a better pick. That's one. And number two, I don't know, there's been a transition for me because week 1 I was rooting for him, week 2 I was rooting for him, and now I'm like, this does nothing good for me.
You know
like watching Matthew Stafford succeed, I don't get the same pleasure out of watching Justin Verlander succeed for the Astros that I have no pleasure in Matthew Stafford succeeding.
Yeah, I think what it is in the beginning, you're a Stafford fan because he's from Detroit. Well, not from Detroit, but yes, he's a Detroit Lion at heart, played here for years. So you're happy he left. The Detroit Lions didn't do necessarily the best by him. So you're happy that he had a chance to go to Los Angeles, get a second crack at the apple, have a different career. So you're excited in the beginning. You say, hey, Matt, I'm happy for you, man. Go out there. Yeah, win the first game. Yeah, win the second game. But then when you get the ESPN fluff piece,
right?
But then when you get 3-0, then when you get, they're going to win the Super Bowl, then when you get they're better than Tom Brady and the Buccaneers, then that's when it starts to set in. You're like, what the hell with Matt Stafford?
I think
that's what it is.
I think that's why.
Aren't you allowed to root for players?
Yeah, yes.
I'm not getting mad. I'm telling him what it is for him. I was assessing that.
I think that's what it is. It's all the ancillary puff pieces about Matthew Stafford.
I got news for you, pal. He deserves it because he's been in this crap hole
Amen,
for the first 12 years of his life.
Amen.
And guess what? Nobody knew him. No one even knew Calvin Johnson except us and the real people that watch the NFL because he played here. How many Barry Sanders games were out there nationally?
What do you mean? What do you mean nobody knew Calvin Johnson?
Nobody NFL fans.
Nobody cared about Calvin.
No one talked about Calvin
Calvin
Johnson.
Johnson was Megatron. He was the best receiver in the league.
Outside of Detroit, nobody cared about him.
That's a lie.
12 seasons with Stafford. No. It doesn't matter. Nobody cared about Stafford until he left, and nobody cared about Calvin.
Nobody cared about Stafford until he left. You're 100% correct on that one. But Calvin Johnson, that's a lie. Why do you think they got Monday Night Football games? It wasn't because of the Lions. It was because of Calvin Johnson.
Oh, it was because of him. But
exactly. Then that means they take notice.
Nobody cared about him because of the franchise he's a part of, which is the Lions. And they
First of all, there's a little thing called fantasy football.
Oh, yeah,
and
fantasy football is great, but for a fan base, no.
Fan is fantasy football. Yeah, everyone knows Calvin Johnson.
Nobody cares about Calvin in the sense that, sure, he's a Hall of Famer, and I respect him fully. He's done what others can't. But he played for the Lions, so nobody cares.
Here's the thing.
Outside of Lions.
Okay, have you ever been outside of Detroit and had this conversation so you can see if your conversation is correct?
No,
have you ever been in L.A. or Texas or Atlanta?
I will say this. I refuse to admit that I'm a Lions fan outside of Michigan because nobody cares.
So then you don't have any proof with that.
No, it's just a general.
It's
people
an
know
assumption.
Brady because he won stuff.
But this is an assumption.
People know Calvin because he played in Detroit. Detroit Lions fans. But outside of that, nobody cares.
Here's news. I played in the NFL while Calvin was in the NFL. I played in Cleveland.
The players are going to care.
No, let me finish. I played in Cleveland. I played in Seattle. I played in San Francisco, and I played in New York. Fans knew who Calvin Johnson was.
But did they care, though?
Yes.
You think so?
Yes.
Because the Detroit Lions have been a losing franchise, he's always a great player.
Yeah, just nobody cares outside of the Lions.
I don't want to say nobody cared about him.
When you're doing something special, when you're doing something special at an elite level in any sport, people are going to care. And I understand that with the Detroit Lions. When you're doing something elite, 1,900 yards on the precipice of 2,000, 17 touchdowns. That's elite.
Let me bring up just one more, and then I'll be done.
You're good.
Clarissa Shields. She's on that board. She's the greatest women's boxer of all time and one of the greatest boxers. Does anyone care outside of Flint, Michigan?
I cannot believe you just tried to compare Calvin Johnson and Clarissa Shields.
It's greatness.
You know
what? It's greatness. What do you mean? That's both greatness.
I'm not even looking at you right now.
How dare you?
You know, when you're a great player and you play for a losing franchise, you're appreciated, but people probably feel bad for you. But I look at Joe Thomas, right? Joe Thomas, he's a Hall of Famer, isn't he, Joe Thomas?
First ballot, yes.
Yeah, Calvin Johnson. Think about these all-time great players, these Hall of Famers that play for crap organizations. I don't even know how we got on this topic. Maybe it was the Matt Stafford thing, how we went down this road. But I'm just rooting against Stafford now. I'm so indifferent towards him.
You can't compare Joe Thomas, who's an offensive lineman, who no one knows offensive lineman anyway. You can't do that. Calvin Johnson is an individual that got in the end zone a lot. Calvin is an individual that stayed on ESPN top 10. Yeah. Calvin Johnson is an individual. Thanksgiving, you can expect to see 356 yards against the Dallas Cowboys.
Yep.
People know. If any of you have been outside of the state of Michigan and had this conversation, then I will listen. I have, and they know who Calvin Johnson is.
Last night, Matthew Stafford won a game for his team. He's 4-1. He deserves the accolades that people are giving him now. He deserves the national attention that he never got in his 12 years here. Because I think we could all say, if he hadn't played for Detroit and he was somewhere else, we'd be talking about him like Aaron Rodgers.
That's my point about Calvin, too. Yeah.
How many people have said he's as good as Aaron Rodgers? He's as good as this guy. These are professional athletes that go on the air and say that. So last night, and I'm going to step on you.
They're former teammates, by the way.
Aaron Andrews caught up with him at the end of the game, and we're allowed to have this on, by the way.
Okay,
I just want you to watch him and listen to him and enjoy that he's enjoying playing football.
Great.
Here it is.
Season high, 365 yards, but the question everybody wants, what happened to the finger?
Popped out, and I don't really know how, to be honest with you.
Did you pop it back in?
Yeah, I just looked down at it. It was on the left a little bit, threw it back in. Our guys did a great job, gave me a little tape, and was able to just kind of keep it warm the rest of the day and keep playing.
How much did it affect you out there?
Not too much. I felt pretty good. Felt like it was functioning enough, a little swollen, but they kept this thing on it, keep the swelling down, and we just went out and played.
Yeah, there you go. Throw some dirt on it. Hey, coming out of the half, Sean McVay told me we're moving the ball, we're just not finishing. What was the difference here in the second half as you're shaking your head?
Me not throwing a horrendous pick to my boy Quandre. No, it was a terrible pick that I threw early in the game. That's going to give us momentum if we can score there. Get another red zone trip in the first half. We don't come away with a touchdown. We were able to just finish drives off. It was great. We were throwing the ball to get it down there and then running it to get it in. There's no better feeling than that than having the big guys lead the way and run that thing in late in the game.
Yeah, and of course, when you have Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, Darrell Henderson running the ball, that helps you out as well. Everybody talked about this is our first big test. We need to see how we respond on a short week. What do you think of responding here in Seattle in this NFC West? You having fun?
Yeah, I'm having a blast. This is a heck of a challenge. This building is it gets rocking, but it was this is what you love, right? You come in here to a hostile environment, play football, and come away with the win with a bunch of great guys. It's awesome.
Good to see you. Thanks so much. Take care of the finger.
Appreciate that.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Yeah, I bet it is. I bet it is a heck of a blast when Russell Wilson leaves 3 minutes in the third quarter with 7 minutes and
But
11
can I ask
seconds.
you this,
left.
Bray, before you go to the break?
Yeah.
I don't care if Russell Wilson was in there because Seattle didn't stop them. They had 500 yards of total offense, so they just would have kept scoring with them.
Yep, he's got Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp now. Megatron and Marvin Jones. Megatron.
I don't care about that. At the end of the day,
I'm sticking up for
Geno Smith, who we didn't even know was in the NFL, had a chance to take the lead. And then, what's his name, slipped when he ran his route. He slipped when he ran. Tyler Lockett slipped when he ran his route because he playing off the wrong foot. Geno Smith had a chance to take the lead. What do you think Russell Wilson would have done, who's an MVP candidate right now, Maz?
I'm with you, man. I'm so disgusted to say that, you got Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp. Like, Megatron and friggin' Marvin Jones are chopped liver.
Bro, they're Lions.
Chill out.
They're
I'm Matthew
Lions.
Stafford. We got to take a break.
I'm disgusted because I came here and give Matthew Stafford kudos, and then Maz attacked me for giving him kudos.
Right. What's up with
You
this?
didn't give him kudos. You gave him a backhanded
The
compliment.
Maz, chill out.
No, I
Gotta
didn't.
get
The
to
first
a
thing
break.
I said,
Kareem hit it.
I
We'll
didn't
be
give
right
him a
back.
backhanded compliment.
Ermanni and Edwards.
Woodward
Woodward.
Sports Network, the bottom line. I didn't give him a backhanded compliment.